Welcome to St Mary's for our Living Generously Sunday. It's great that you're here with us. We're at the end of a 3-week period where we've been praying and reconsidering what it looks like to live generously with all the resources that God has given us. Hopefully you would have already seen our brochure, which tells a bit about the story of where our resources come from and where they go. But it also tells something about our need going forward, about our budget deficit this year of around £58,000, which a 5% increase from our regular givers would be taken away. You will also hopefully have seen or been given a pledge card, and this pledge card we're going to use today. And this is about responding as an outward sign to our commitment to use the resources that God has given to enable his ministry here through the church. On the pledge card you will see that there's a box you can tick if you are a regular giver, and an encouragement that you might want to increase your giving either by 5% or by more or less than 5%. You can tick those boxes. Or you may see that there's a box for you're not a regular giver at the moment, but you'd like to become one, or you'd like to make a one-off gift. Both of these ways are just ways of indicating that we want to participate in the mission of St Mary's, to see God change lives, families and churches. All of us are being invited to participate in this mission, and whether we're tweaking our giving or giving for the first time, our prayer is that all of our generosity will be used by God. Before we move forward, we've just got a short testimony of a couple of givers who give regularly about how they do that and practically what difference that makes for them. Let's have a look at this.
Hi, I'm Ellen.
And I'm Tim.
We've been at St Mary's for just over 3 years now. We go to the 10:30 service. It's very quickly become our home church, a place that we feel really comfortable and feel that it's a real spirit-filled church that we love being a part of. We've got a son called Judah who's 2 years old, and we've got another baby on the way during summer. Tim's really involved in worship, so drums, you might see him on stage sometimes, and I help out a bit with the kids group in Beacons, and we go to a midweek life group as well that meets on a Wednesday.
So we give to St Mary's because we want to first of all recognise that our God is a generous God, and that everything that we have comes from him. And so we have been brought up in environments where we've seen our parents give to the church faithfully, and that's something that we want to model in our own family and in our marriage, and we want to just trust God with our finances and every area of our lives, and we know that even when sometimes finances can be stretched, we always know that God is faithful, and he always looks after us. So we just want to make that part of our worship really to God, to give regularly, to be generous in every area of our lives, and to give money to the work of the church that we support in all its different facets, and all the different mission partners that the church supports. We hand over our trust to our church family, and we know that they'll do a good job with our giving.
So in terms of the practicalities of giving, we give by standing order, so a set amount that we've dedicated to go out of our account goes each month. We do have a budget spreadsheet, like a spreadsheet in our household, just helps us to keep on top of it and to know what's coming in and what's going out. But it's something that we've set aside, and we do have to trust God with that. Some months we look at what's going out and we think, oh, that money would be nice to have, but we know that we've set it aside for a greater purpose, and we know that God is always faithful with that and honours our decision to give to the church, and we've absolutely found that to be true in our lives.
So the impact of our giving is that ultimately we want the church family to be able to reach as many people as possible with the gospel, and so that is part of why we give to St. Mary's. We want to extend the kingdom of God in this area and abroad with our mission partners as well. And also the impact on us is just a really good spiritual discipline to trust God with our money, with our finances, with every area of our lives, knowing that He is always faithful and He never lets us down. He's a generous God, and so we want to be generous people as well.